I know I'm trying to manifest all the gigs, but can you spread them out a little bit instead of having to be in 3 days in 2 countries? Okay, I just parked. This is gonna be interesting. Well, I just worked a half day, so in we go. Easy peasy, flawless, yeah, graceful. I am a vision of beauty and grace. I've alluded and I've mentioned the fact that I will be going in for oral surgery soon. It's not that serious. My wisdom teeth, I was told, were fine to leave in, and so I never got them out when people usually get them out. I needed an oral surgeon. My dentist just did the top ones, like no problems there. But with the bottom ones, the root of this one is basically on a nerve. So what I'm getting is a coronectomy. If you don't like tooth things, then skip ahead like 30 seconds. But basically they're gonna cut off the tops of my wisdom teeth and leave the roots in. That way they don't touch the roots, the bone heals over, and the roots just kind of stay in and they just chill. This is a dirt road. Why is there a dirt road in the middle of civilization? Hold on, it's gonna be a little bit bumpy here for a second. Let's get onto some pavement here. Yeehaw. So yeah, so I'm getting that procedure done, which means I'm not going to be able to play for probably a couple of weeks, but I don't know how long the recovery time is going to be, so I just turned down everything for February and planning on getting back in the game at the end of February into March. The oral surgery thing is going to be in the next video. This week we're just chilling, taking care of our mental health, and just doing things. Oh no, the dirt road again? Are you kidding me? I just went in a big circle and now I have to go back. No, I'm not. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. So because I don't have a concert coming up for like 2 months, this is usually where like a practice montage would happen, but like I have nothing to practice. It's so weird. Like here's the update from the school. Hi, it's Tuesday, I'm teaching makeup lessons, but like the thing that I want to practice is a bass clarinet piece, and I don't even have my bass clarinet. We'll have a crack at it. It's the Weber concertino that it's like super famous if you play clarinet. Not to mention it's like a super dry reed and it's a random reed, so like I'm not gonna be sounding my best. This reed feels like I'm playing on an actual tree trunk. It is so uncomfortable. I don't think I've played this since high school. Oh my god. Very dry practice room. A piece that I haven't played for about 10 years. Oh, I did not play that to impress anybody. That's just me effing around. Maybe I'll listen to my audiobook instead, because that seems like a better idea than making myself feel like a bad clarinet player. It's tea. Herbal tea. No caffeine. Who is she? I haven't even told you the best part. Okay, so I have not updated anybody. Well, okay, I put a community post out, but like, who knows who actually... I got 2 exciting announcements. Shabui, my groove ensemble, is going to Montreal in the spring. But that's not even the most exciting part. The Improbable Beasts, the all-bass clarinet ensemble, not the mythical creatures. We're going to Dublin for Clarinet Fest this summer. I'm going international, apparently, in 2024. The Montreal thing is just gonna be like chaos, and it's honestly probably just gonna be a day trip because I have 2 concerts 2 days after. Like, I'm in Montreal on the 3rd, and then I have 2 concerts on the 5th. Like, I know I'm trying to manifest all the gigs, but can you spread them out a little bit instead of having it be in 3 days in 2 countries? I'm super excited to be able to say that I have a gig in Dublin, Ireland. I have a friend of mine who's gonna meet me. It's funny because this friend lives like an hour from me and she hasn't been to one of my concerts. So the first time she's gonna see me actually play a concert is when we're in Ireland. Like, that's just, it's funny and it's just incredibly on brand for us. So she's gonna come and meet me. We're gonna do some exploring in Dublin and beyond. We want to see at least one cliff and we have like 2 days. I just wanted to make a video to be able to announce that. So here's like a week in the life or whatever it is that I did this week. So I see a lot of people talking about books on here, and I too have a book goal for this year, seeing as last year I read 0 goose egg. So I have just finished 2 books, my humble 2 books for my humble 24 book goal, 2 books a month. One of them was an audiobook. It was called All Good People Here by Ashley Flowers. So Ashley Flowers is the host of one of my favorite podcasts, Crime Junkie, but I discovered that a good podcast host does not a good author make. I wanted to love the book because I love her, and to a point, the book was very good. One of the things that I didn't love about the book was that she very clearly drew inspiration from the JonBenet Ramsey case, which is one of the most famous cases out there. Like immediately recognizable. As a true crime podcast host, she had like hundreds of other cases to choose from. So it was interesting that she chose that one. My second complaint, which I can almost brush off, is the fact that, well, first of all, I think we need some more character development in some of the minor characters, but there are just some things, like mostly with like the law enforcement aspect, that just wouldn't happen in real life. It's a work of fiction. We can suspend belief a little bit. But my biggest complaint was that we don't know the fate of the main character. Like, I love a good cliffhanger, just like anybody else, but not when it's the very end of a book, when there's no planned sequel, and you don't know if the main character lives or dies. Personally, if you've read it, I think she dies. I don't think she makes it. I think I gave it 2 stars on Goodreads. I really liked the book up until like the last 2 chapters. And the last 2 chapters, it didn't really wrap anything up. It also just feels like it ends so abruptly. Like it just ends. You turn the page and there's nothing else. The second book was How to Be Eaten by Maria Adelman. This book was so good. So this book is about 5 women in like a group therapy like trauma group, and they're talking about their traumas, but they're like all people that we know. You know, it's a work of fiction also, but it's about this character Bernice, and Bernice is the ex-girlfriend of Bluebeard from Bluebeard's castle. There's Ruby, once devoured by a wolf, now wears him as a coat. We know who Ruby is. Gretel questions her memory of being held captive in a house made of candy. And then we have somebody who was on like a Bachelor-esque dating show. And then we have Raina. You don't find out like who she is until the very end, and it's like a big mystery for the whole book. And I don't know why it's a big mystery for the whole book, but she is involved in the tale of Rumpelstiltskin, but it takes a turn and then it takes another turn. It's pretty funny, and I know exactly who would cast each one in if this was made into a movie. I liked the spin on taking like our childhood stories and finding out what happens after in the form of a trauma group. I bought this just kind of on a whim. Like I think I was looking for, I don't even know what I was looking for, but this came up and my local bookstore had it, so I ordered it and read it and highly recommend it. I gave this one, I think, 4 stars on Goodreads. I barely give anything 5 stars on Goodreads because in my opinion, nothing can top Ulysses by James Joyce. But I know that I'm like the minority in that. Like had I not enjoyed Ulysses by James Joyce as much as I did for it to become the pinnacle of my favorite book, I would have given this 5 stars. But Ulysses exists in this world, so. Finally, Colin and I rounded off the weekend with a production of theater. We went to go see a Norwegian theater company do a production of Moby Dick with life-size puppets. And normally this is not a thing that I would have bought tickets to, but his dad got us tickets in the second row from the front, and I am so glad that this was the production that he chose because it was magical. And the puppets were not like marionettes, they were like life-size puppets, to the point where like a group came out on stage and I couldn't tell which ones were humans and which ones were puppets. There was even one puppet that was like the size of a car. It was absolutely stunning. It was incredible. It was such a good way to round out the weekend. This is the last vlog that I'm doing where I'm gonna have all of my teeth. Oral surgery coming up in the next video, so stay tuned for that. I don't want to stay tuned for that, so I don't know why you would. Anyway, I will see you in my next video.